This week on Down to Earth, Europe weighs up the 90 million tonnes of food that ends up as waste each year, a quantity that's hard to digest.
We need to see, to smell and to touch the waste to understand the scale of the scandal.
In Belgium, one mayor makes it a mission to put an end to this loss. Supermarkets in his community are now forced to donate their unsold food.
I think it's shameful to throw out food when there are so many people who are hungry.
Back in France, we follow a trend known as dumpster diving. People who prove it's possible to eat healthily using discarded food.
The goal is not to be eating out of dumpsters 10 years from now. The goal is that 10 years from now, there's no food in the dumpsters.
This week we're down to earth in France at Rungis, the largest food market in Paris. These fruit and vegetables feed the city, but a staggering 12 tonne per day never reach the consumer, thrown out beforehand. Often they've travelled hundreds, if not thousands of kilometres to get here. But 1/3 of the food we produce globally is destined to go to waste.
This morning we're heading to business which has asked us to pick up its merchandise. It's in building B3.
Today Jan is in charge of a particular type of garbage. This company wants to dispose of several tonnes of fresh produce. While these fruit and vegetables are often edible, they're not necessarily fit for sale.
We have a big stack of peppers. And we have carrots here apparently. I don't think you'll find a customer who'll buy these if you put them on your shelves. If we cut them, sure, they're still good. But it will require more work for the wholesaler, and he doesn't have the time for that at all. We'll have 11 stacks in total at the end of the day. There are days when we fill one truck entirely, and there are days when we fill 2 trucks entirely.
It's the end of the food chain for these fruit and vegetables. Sometimes they're transformed into biogas, other days they're simply buried and left to rot. A wasted opportunity according to one community in Belgium, 400 kilometres from Paris. This is Herstal, population 40,000. In 2012, the municipality banned its 13 supermarkets from throwing out edible food. At 5:30 a.m, Huguette is sorting through the fresh produce, deciding what stays and what goes.
Here you go. This, for example, is going to go over there. Same thing with this one. Look at this cabbage. This one here is soft. This one too. The customers look at that. They want it to look good. A green cabbage that's going brown is no longer a green cabbage. It's no longer sellable.
And it's no longer a choice what to do with it. This supermarket is obliged to donate its unsold stock to those in need.
It's edible. Don't think we're giving crap to people. That's not what we're doing.
The idea is the brainchild of this man, Mairead Dundas, a member of the European Parliament and the long-running mayor of Herstal. His objective is twofold: help feed the disadvantaged and reduce excessive waste at the same time.
It's revolting. You have to react when you know that there are people who are hungry and you see all the food that's being thrown out, food which is entirely edible. I felt it was necessary to find a way to force all supermarkets to stop throwing out their food and instead offer it to those in need.
Supermarkets aren't only to blame for waste, so too are consumers, including the mayor himself. Here he returns a lettuce where the use-by date is too close to today.
I'm going to take this one instead. Look, it says 6th of February. If everyone does the same as me, it's obvious that this packet here is going to remain here.
And undoubtedly end up in trays bound for the local food banks. It's a loss for the supermarket, but a win for this association.
It's good. We have a fair amount to distribute. Sometimes we have more, it depends on the day. But today it's okay. It's acceptable. It can help quite a few people.
The truck visits other supermarkets before heading back to its base. Here in Herstal, unemployment is at 22%. 180 families use this association to help get through the month, a number that has more than doubled in the past 2 years.
At least it doesn't go in the bin like in other supermarkets. And it's useful. We have fruit and vegetables. We have something decent to eat for at least a week.
The association doesn't give away all the donated food. First, it's sorted downstairs. But even here, it's impossible to avoid waste entirely.
I'd say we throw out 25% and we keep 75%. Everything to the right is to be thrown out. Everything over there is to give to people.
There is one problem. Since Frédéric Dardenne introduced the regulation, not everyone has played by the rules. Only 1/4 of the supermarkets are donating their food.
Here the association has tried to make contact with one of the supermarkets. Apparently, they haven't had a response. No, they haven't had any response. The power I have as a mayor is to say, you're not respecting an article of this regulation, so I'm going to impose the closure of your store. Can you imagine? That would be an atomic bomb.
For the moment, only warnings have been issued to non-complying supermarkets, but they could lead to an eventual fine. Changing a requirement like this is difficult enough in the community of Herstal, but now there's a debate at the highest level to turn this same idea into legislation for the whole region, including here in Liège. More than 5,000 supermarkets would be affected, and safe to say, not everyone is convinced. This particular supermarket has opposed the obligation in court. The Colruyt chain is known for its efficiency. 99% of its merchandise is sold. The staff show us the amount of unsold food over a period of 2 days.
It's obviously not very much. You understand why we don't want to invest money in buying fridges so we can respect the cold chain to give so little to the food banks. For us, it's a lot of work, and for the food banks, they have to send out a car or a truck. That costs them money too, and for such a small amount. So for us, it's not the best way to work.
Despite resistance, Herstal is still leading the way in Europe by enforcing this requirement. Elsewhere, the rules are flexible. Back in France, supermarkets are only encouraged, not obliged, to donate their food.
It's just after midnight here in Paris, and we're about to take part in something known as dumpster diving. The couple leading the way call themselves freegans. Shocked at the extent of waste in society, they say it's possible to live almost entirely from food discarded in supermarket bins.
Alex and his girlfriend met while dumpster diving in New York. They've since taken it up here in Paris to demonstrate the amount of food supermarkets throw out.
It's actually part of what they do, part of their business model, to throw out enormous amounts of food on a regular basis. And so what we do is we go outside those stores and we recover food that's still good, still packaged, still clean, and we eat it.
Alex finds 99% of his food in bins. Inside here, they discover a variety of different breads. The couple say they're not concerned their actions will make them sick.
Yeah, you smell it, you touch it. It's the same thing that anyone does in their own home. If you have some vegetables in your refrigerator, you look at them and you see if they're still good. It's the same when we do this.
This evening, the results are mediocre. That's one of the risks of dumpster diving. You never know what you'll get. We agree to meet again early on Monday morning. It's 6 a.m. and very quickly, Alex hits the jackpot.
But here's a cauliflower. And a pepper. make a ratatouille out of the pepper and the aubergine I already got. I know that for some people this is a very uncomfortable and stigmatizing thing, but you know, for me it's fine. It's good food. I feel good that I'm rescuing this food rather than just letting it go to waste.
Other supermarkets make any kind of rescue impossible. These photos taken by Alex show evidence that stores pour bleach over their waste to make the food unfit for consumption. Some even add warnings, mostly to avoid scenes like this outside their stalls. Here, more than a dozen people, including Alex, loiter outside a supermarket as its bins are brought out after the weekend. Alex lets others go first, but there's more than enough to go around. It's been a fruitful morning. Alex has picked up food for several days. We rejoin Alex one last time at a market in Paris for an event known as Disco Soup, a concept that started in Germany but has since spread. It's communal cooking to music, using only food that was destined for the bin.
The idea is to bring together everything we've recovered to make soup, salad, and smoothies that we give away for free to the people in this market. We need to see, to smell, and to touch the waste to understand its scale, to understand the scale of this scandal.
Everyone at the Disco Soup is a volunteer, and everything they have here is for taking.
No one wants to waste food. If you ask people on the street, everyone is going to say they're against food waste. What we're doing with Disco Soup is calling attention to this problem within the system, but without sort of saying it's because people are lazy or people are bad, but recognizing that it's just the way things are set up in our food system as it currently is.
France has pledged to halve the amount of food thrown out by 2025. At the same time, the EU is mounting pressure on all of its member states, deeming 2014 the European Year against food waste.